These days you can buy Electret condenser microphone elements very cheaply from a large number of sources, both surplus and new. These are very small mic elements. They're built into everything these days, answering machines, cell phones, and in fact a fair number of relatively high-quality studio microphones are built up using these small elements that only cost a few dollars. Most of them have 2 wires on them, leading you to think that you might be able to simply connect them to the amp and listen, but sadly that is not the case. An Electret microphone requires power in order to function, and that power comes from a battery. We're going to do this experiment with a 9-volt battery. Most Electrets can be powered by 3 volts, which means you could use 2 AA's or even smaller batteries for it. Some will even run on 1.5 volts, which means you can use a single AA or AAA battery to power it. You need, in addition to the battery and the mic, 2 other components. A capacitor. The value isn't terribly important. It doesn't have to be huge. Very common value for this is 0.1 microfarads. You also need a resistor, and the resistor value should be around 2.2 kiloohms. That's 2,200 ohms. It is cheerfully indicated in little red stripes that it has a 2.2 K value. Red, red, red. You need know nothing more than red, red, red. Okay, to start wiring this up, the first thing we do is we make a connection from the ground of the battery, the minus of the battery, to the black wire or ground terminal of the microphone. If the microphone doesn't have wires coming off of it, you can identify the ground by the fact that it is connected not only to the little circuit board that is in the back, but it also makes a connection to the metal housing of the mic. Then you have to connect power to the microphone. So you have to take a clip lead to the plus of your battery, then connect it to one end of the 2.2 kiloohm resistor. Then you take a clip lead from the other end of the 2.2 K resistor, and you connect that to the other terminal on the mic. All right? So the mic is actually now powered, but like some philosophical conundrum, we cannot hear it. We must get it to hear. So we take the ground from our audio connection to the amplifier, and we connect it to the same minus terminal of the battery. Then we connect the plus or the hot connection to our amplifier, the one that goes to the tip of the plug. We connect it to one end of this little capacitor, and the other end of the little capacitor goes to the output, the hot signal of the mic. So, yes, it is a mess, and we've just lost a connection. But if we can keep it hanging together for a moment and turn on our amp, we should be rewarded by the sound of the microphone. Obviously, this is not going to hold together through a recording session, and you're now going to have to put a little work into figuring out the packaging. But this shows, with feedback, how the basic concept works.